Hello, y'all. Another update video. So, recap, I have gone to Kauai, to Nicaragua, to Peru, to Guatemala, to back home, to a couple dance festivals, to Bali, to Italy, to North Macedonia now. So, after the ecstatic dance camp out in Santa Cruz, I had taken off to Bali for a breathwork training, which was at Breathwork Bali in Canggu with Edward Dangerfield. Learned a lot about breathwork. They do FBR, which is facilitated breath repatterning, which is similar to conscious connected breathing, sort of like transformational breath. Conscious connective breathing. It was 4 days on, 3 days off, 4 days on. It was a really great group. It was 12 of us student participants, and Edward is the main teacher, my friend Ian also teaching, and then 3 other helper teachers. And it was cool because the 12 participants that were there, it could just we all had like a breathwork background already, and could just feel like how smart everyone was, and how passionate everyone was about it. And it just felt like an accelerated program where it was just like we were just like going through different topics like super fast. Everyone was like all on the same page, and we just like learned a lot. And Edward, the main teacher, is just like super smart. Just loved how he taught, and he just like mixed the science, with the spiritual side of breathwork just beautifully. Bringing in like just like the biomechanics, and he was just like, if this is happening, then it could mean this, and like this is what you do, and then you read, and then how does that affect this, and just like teaching us, just a lot. They do EEGs there at Breathwork Bali, so he knows like a lot about the brain and polyvagal theory, nerve flossing, like all the anatomy, trauma. So we learned a lot about that, and the layout was pretty much every day we would go in there. It was like lecture, and then we would like get a partner. Partner A would breathe partner B, and then we'd go to lunch, come back from lunch, do a little more lecture. Partner B would breathe partner A. So it was cool that we got to like lecture or go through some lecture and like learn things, and then like breathe each other. So I really liked the layout there. Learned a little more about IFS, internal family systems, and parts work, and just the trauma-informed care, and learning more about that. It was hard going to Bali. Usually when I go somewhere, I like really learn about the place so that when I get there, I can like maximize. I feel like when I go somewhere, I have like limited time, and I need to like maximize my experience. It's like who knows when I'm gonna be in Bali again? I only have like this certain amount of time here. I want to like maximize my experience, and I hadn't done like any research or anything, so I was feeling like I was like wasting time. And it was like a half a day would go by, and I'd be like, I haven't really done anything. Like, damn. I know there's so much cool stuff to do here, and so I was feeling like a little frustrated, like I was not using my time in like the best way that I could. Because I know when I travel, I meet lots of people that are like, I just go somewhere and I just meet people and I talk to people and I just go with the flow, and they tell me where to go and I go there and I have like a great time. So I had like set the intention to do that in Bali, did that, was having a little bit of a hard time. And like, I think what people don't say with that is that like you get lots of downtime in that case, because you just don't really know what to do. You have to like figure it out. And the breathwork training was in Canggu, which was like there wasn't really so much happening there. And like I had a scooter that I would drive like almost an hour, 45 minutes to the next village, Ubud, which is like up north Bali and in the jungle. So I was going there like almost every day. I got to go to Uluwatu too, which is like the southern tip of Bali, where there's like really beautiful beaches and surf. But I would mainly go to Ubud, where there was like lots of cool workshops. Did one on like shadow work. There was a couple on authentic relating, lots of ecstatic dance. I was dancing like pretty much every day. I think they had dance 6 days a week there in Ubud. So definitely see myself going back there. Lots of contact improv. Really great dance community there. Great conscious community there. There was also like this like almost like segregation, it seemed like, between like the Balinese people and the foreigners, which felt uncomfortable. And like I had the question of like, is this ethical? Are we like exploiting them? And I've kind of felt that in like different places, whether like Nicaragua as well a little bit, and like Thailand, Guatemala. So I'd like to talk to some like people that know more about that, who have some insight on like how can I go to these places and like not be contributing to any harm or anything. So from there, I had gone to Italy, which was a really rough process. I had 2 canceled flights. I spent like 30 hours in the German airport in Frankfurt. I slept on the ground. They like shut the whole airport down. There was just like people sleeping like everywhere. It felt like a natural disaster in this like airport. There was just like people sleeping everywhere all over the airport. I was like, am I ever gonna get out of here? I was so sleep deprived. I just like couldn't think my way out of like how to get out of there. When I finally found an airplane that would take me, I like almost was crying. So I was so grateful, relieved. Finally got to the intentional community Damanhur in Italy. Very spiritual community, huge, 500 people more or less. Kind of like spread out. They described the community almost like leopard print, where like they have these little like nuclei, they call them, communities. So they're not just like one big community. It's like they're all over, and these like little ones. Apparently, I think they're like 60 years old. There was this guy Falco. Everyone has or almost everyone there has an animal name. So this guy Falco started it, and the religiousness of this community is like not typical. It's almost like a combination of like all religions, and they use this technology called selfica, which is like the mixture of like these metals with like alchemized solutions of liquid that like are arranged in like these certain ways to like, they use them like as like tools to like heal and to like communicate with higher beings. And they actually dug into the mountain of Italy where the community is and created these temples in the mountain, which are really cool. Everyone's really nice there, very caring. Yeah, they meet each other, they greet each other and say goodbye with Conte, which means with you, which I thought was really beautiful. I've kind of been feeling like, I go to these communities and I have to do this like laborious, tedious, hard, manual, physical work. And I've had the question of like, can I do this? And I kind of feel like I have like this like unwholesome, unhealthy thought or philosophy that like, I don't think that I want to do that type of work. And one part of that is like, I feel like I've gone to school and like created like all this like expertise and like skill and these like kind of like expert things that I've learned about, whether it's respiratory or, breath or, psychedelics or different things, and then it's like, am I gonna go spend hours raking up hay? And there's also the thought of like, I could spend an hour working in the hospital and with that amount of money pay someone to do 3 hours of raking up hay. So I could spend 1 hour in the hospital rather than three. So I don't know, and it seems like a pretty essential part of living an intentional community is like this hard physical manual work, and whether it's like, growing, harvesting, cooking food, or like taking care of buildings, building buildings. It seems like a part of it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe I'll learn to love it. Maybe I'll contribute in a different way. I think we'll have to see about that. I felt pretty frustrated with this. I felt a little frustrated with the community. There was 11 of us that went in like as a cohort, and it felt like I sort of had the expectation. I didn't really read what the program was going to be about. I thought we were going to go in there and like be immersed into the community like I was in the Nicaraguan community, where we were going to be like living with the people, eating with them, working with them, playing with them, dancing with them, and like to like feel the community. And we spent a lot of time not with them and like separate from them and like our own little group. And it sort of felt like being on retreat with these 11 people. So I was a little frustrated. I was like, wait, I came here to like be immersed in the community, to like feel them and meet them and like become part of them while I'm here. And I'm just spending a lot of time with these other people that aren't even in the community. And like one day we had spent the whole day just doing art in like one building. And I was just like, what? This is great. I love this. And I feel like I'm in community with these 11 people, but I came here to like learn about Damanhur, and I'm not getting that. So I had communicated that to them, and they were just like, this community is so big and old and complex that like we can't really like just throw you into it that easily. So I kind of understood that. We did lots of cool workshops, like I said, art, learned about like the plants and stuff there. They have this machine that actually like reads the energy of the plant and like converts it into music. So it's like the plants are playing music. That was another cool technology they made. We did like a 4-hour trauma workshop. There was this one 27-year-old guy in the community there who was like part of guiding us that I got really close to Muro, and he actually bought some property, I think like a month ago, with some other of his friends, and is like building his own community. So we got to go there and like see like the very first like steps of building a community, and like they're like renovating this huge 3-story building, and they have like yurts and tents and RVs like all set up outside. So we got to like go there, work with them, and just like his philosophy and how he is like building it felt really healing to me, and that he was like very feminine, and that like me going into like a project like that, I would be like, okay, like very masculine, and that I'm gonna like, okay, what do I need to do? Big goals, small goals, what are we doing today? Creating all the lists and the plans, and time management. And he was really like, we don't really know what it's going to be, and we're going to listen to the land, and we're going to listen to the building and the history of the building, and we're going to feel the energy of the land in the building, and they're going to like tell us what it wants to be. And that like we had spent hours clearing this like mountain of blackberry bushes with thorns and craziness, and he really was like, there's no rush to this. Like I would go into there being like, there's a mountain of blackberry bushes, we need to like, we can't take forever, like we got to get this out of here. But he was like, there's no rush, it's about the journey, it's about working together, having fun, So like that framework going into it felt really healing as well. So yeah, that was it there. Really loved my time there. Loved all my friends there that I made. So in between Italy and the next community, Zeg in Germany, that I'll be going to, I have 17 days off where I need to get out of the Schengen zone, which is like pretty much the European Union. As an American, you can only be in the Schengen zone for 90 days out of 180 days. So I needed to get out of the Schengen zone for that 17 days. When I was in Italy, someone told me about the Rainbow Gathering happening here in North Macedonia. So I came here, and here I am. I'm gonna just take like 3 days to myself, just to like rest and integrate, and just chill before I go to the gathering for 2 weeks, which I'll be going to in 2 days. And then I'll be going to Germany and then to Portugal, to Mera, intentional community, and then coming home. I love you all so much. I will see you all soon. Bye.